Hello everyone, hello lovely people. My name's Beck and I do past life readings and past life regression healing therapy. So I've specialised in past lives and I've used that as the main healing modality in my twin flame journey. Now, I know not everyone resonates with the past life theories and the fact that, we don't have past lives, we incarnated here with no karma, etc. Now, if you don't resonate with this, don't attack me, okay? I don't stand for any negative energy, just will not entertain it whatsoever. So your comments will be deleted. Now, if you do resonate, carry on listening. If you don't, then just click away. I know we all have different areas we specialise in. I know inner child is a big one for people. I did a bit of that at the beginning, but I didn't have much because I didn't really have any trauma in my childhood. But I do, however, had a lot of trauma in my past lives. So I'm just going to give you sort of 5 points really on going forward with past life healing. If you should use it, I'm just going to tell my story. I'm going to give you 5 different things. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me. I do a lot of work for free. I do a lot of helping people for free. I do have a normal job, so I'm not after your money. Anyway, so I'm mainly going to focus around the twin flame journey though, and why past life work is so important, because it's been so important to me. Okay, so number 1, a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this. You're not going to want to hear it at all, and I know that because I didn't want to hear it a couple of years ago. So number 1, your twin flame will not have killed you in a past life. They will not have hurt you in any way, okay? Now, if you're chasing after someone where you've got a past life memory or you've had a regression and you think that they've hurt you or killed you in some way, any sort of malice towards you, any sort of trickery, bribery, anything with sort of ill will, that's not your twin flame, okay? So twin flames will never hurt each other in like a nasty way, okay? Maybe there'll have been an accident where one of you might have died, or a lot of the time we do tend to get ripped away from each other a bit too early with like young deaths and things like that in past lives. But your twin flame will not have killed you, okay? I'm going to explain to you now my story of my twin flame catalyst. He was a false twin flame. I was with him for 3 years, off and on. Followed the twin flame pattern as catalysts always do. There was push-pull, there was various triggering and lots of awful, horrible things. So, and basically what me and him, our past life main story, and I came to this through visions, okay? This was before I did any regression work. Before I did any regression work, I started having visions of past lives, okay? So, it was actually, and we can talk about Kundalini energy and how sexual energy can actually activate memories and things like that for past lives. So I had a vision of my past life actually during sex with my false twin flame. And I had a flash and I had a memory of a very disturbing past life that I already knew about, where I was tricked and sex trafficked and kept in a room and just repeatedly raped until I died. So my false twin flame, I had a vision and I remembered that my false twin flame, he was actually the guy who tricked me and trafficked me, okay? So he was getting paid money to recruit girls, to be tricked, to be sex trafficked, to be kept as sex slaves in an illegal brothel. And he came up to us, me and my other friend, who is someone that I know in this life too, came up to us and told us that we could get these great jobs, and it was during like a feminist movement, so women were wanting to work. It was in the 70s, and he told us that he would get us these great jobs and he told us to meet him at this place and at this time, and I think it was sort of in Middle East somewhere. Don't want to go into too much detail, but basically my catalyst, he was the guy who was very charming, very good looking, offered us this amazing opportunity. And we met him at a bus station, and we got on a bus. He told us which bus to get on, and we got on a bus, and we were taken to this place and basically like drugged and kidnapped and then kept as sexless slaves. And that was, you know, basically my life. And he my false twin flame, was the guy who tricked me, and he was paid money to do this as a job, and he knew what he was putting me in for, you know, in that lifetime. And so in this lifetime, we met, and I actually woke up through meeting him. That's why I thought he was my twin flame. Got into the twin flame research and everything through my connection with him, because it was so intense. But now what you need to know is that with karmic contracts, the connection can be just as intense, or if not more intense, than with a true twin, because that karma needs to be paid off. So you need to have a serious attraction to that person, because you made an agreement that this karma will be sorted out in this lifetime. So you will be like a magnet to that person. You'll find them intoxicating. You'll find them like, oh my God, they're amazing, blah, blah, blah. I need to be with them. You need to be with them, because that karma has to be repaid. So he had to repay some karma to me in this lifetime. He wasn't a bad guy. He helped me through several family deaths, helped me through the beginning stages of my awakening and severe anxiety, helped me in loads of ways, really. And he'd repaid the karma for tricking me in that lifetime. Okay? So that's what you need to understand. And by doing regression and meditations, and you can even do self-hypnosis. I'm going to make one of those. I'm going to post that hopefully quite soon, hopefully tomorrow. By doing this, you can really remember what the contract is. What is the contract here? What is the karma? What's going on? Okay? You really need to remember, if they killed you, if they hurt you, if they tricked you, if they were mean, beat you, they're not your twin. Okay? Now get that. Once you find that out, get that contract cut, get the karma paid off, and just get out of there. Okay? Because once you get rid of them, you're gonna meet much more interesting people, friends, lovers. You might even meet your real twin, okay? So it's best to just stop obsessing. And this is how past life healing has helped me so much, because if I hadn't have had that vision, I might still be going through the push-pull phase with him, off on, horrible pattern with him, okay? You've got to learn the lesson, cut the cords, and move on, because my karma with him is done now. I will never see him again in any other lives, because we're done, okay? And it's so important that you know that, and this is why past life healing is so important, okay? So I know not everyone wants to hear that. I'm sorry. Right. Number 2, you might keep meeting soulmates from past lives, and you might feel an attraction to them, and you might keep thinking, God, how many catalysts, how many false twins can I have? How many near twins? Blah, blah, blah. All these labels, okay? Now, what it is before you can come into twin flame union, you have to have all the contracts and all the cords cut with every single lover you've ever had. Now, if you're an old soul, that's going to be a lot of people, okay? So I've probably had about 5 so far, okay, that I've had to cut with, you know, past life husbands, past life wives, you know, I've been a man, okay, past life lovers, everything, okay? Now, you might keep meeting them, okay, because this has happened to me, okay, I had a soulmate for 10 years, brilliant relationship, didn't leave with any karma, we could have got married, but I wasn't on that path, okay? I awoken, I met my false twin flame catalyst, and that was that. He's married now, he's happy, okay? So there's no karma there. He was just a really good soulmate. We've been married and had happy lives several times. We've been each other's sisters, brothers, everything, okay? That's common. Yeah, you're going to meet several now. I had my false twin flame. That was 3 years off and on. That was a big one. And then I've been single for 2 years, and since then I've met several past life loves, okay, and I've had to keep clearing them, keep meeting them, resolving some sort of contract that we have, and then move on, okay. Like the biggest one, the most poignant, crazy one that I had, okay, and I thought he was my twin flame. This was actually during the 21st of August eclipse last year. I went to Cambodia, I went to Angkor Wat, and I'll explain a bit more about that later, but I was guided to go there. Just felt the need to go there, and while I was there I was having past life visions, having the feeling of deja vu. I've been to this place before, I know all about this place, and I knew I was going to meet someone, because I kept feeling like someone like kissing my neck. I know it sounds really strange. Well, to you guys it won't sound strange. But everyone, like my mum's a bit psychic, and she thought I was going to meet someone on this trip. Everyone thought I was going to meet someone, and I did, okay? So I'll tell you the story about the guy I met. He was a past life husband, been my husband several times. Met him. Okay, he was sitting behind me and my best friend on a flight, and I've noticed him, and he looked just like how I imagined my twin was always going to look, because I had this vision of like a guy. I've had this vision since I was a young girl, so I had this vision of this surfer looking guy with long blonde hair, like scruffy, like hippie looking guy, and he looked just like that. And we were sort of had a connection, looking at each other in the airport, but never actually sort of spoke. And then he went off and we went off, and we went around the temples and stuff for a few days. And then on the last night that I was there, we walked into a bar that we weren't even going to go in. We basically got free vouchers for drinks to go in there, so we just went, we may as well go in there. And it was a birthday celebration of mine, because it was my 30th birthday on the 21st of August as well. So load of syncs here. See what I mean? You get syncs with everyone, okay? You don't just get syncs just with your twin flame. You can get just as many syncs with a catalyst, with a soulmate. You can get syncs. We're psychic, we're open, we're going to get syncs, all right? So basically, I walked into this bar. There was no one in the bar apart from him sitting in the corner on his own smoking a cigarette. So I said to my friend, she was like, oh my God, this is fate, like this guy. And I said, I'm going to go and ask him for a cigarette. I don't usually smoke. Sometimes when I was younger I did, when I was out partying, like. So I asked him for a cigarette. And that was it. We spent the whole night together, very attracted to each other. I thought he was like a god, he was like the best looking guy I've ever seen. Amazing attraction. And we had many, many deep, in-depth conversations. He was from France. And it was basically, I remembered that I'd been married to him before in past lives, and all it was he was showing me an option that I had at that point, okay? He wasn't my twin flame, he wasn't spiritual, he wasn't awake, okay? Didn't have any sort of aura of a light worker or anything like that. I just basically thought he was my twin because of the synchronicities and the feelings that I got, etc. But anyway, in past lives we've been married before. Very happy, normal lives. And I met him at that point because I was at a crossroads and I was given a choice. I was given a choice of, here you go, here's a soulmate, do you want one? Do you want to live this nice life? You could move to France, you could, you could have a normal life, here you go. It'd be exciting enough for you, and, things like that. And I was sort of given this choice, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this. And the more we spoke, and we went on our separate ways, because I was coming back to the UK, he was staying and traveling around Vietnam for a bit longer. And as the time went on, the connection sort of died, and I realized this isn't a soulmate connection, is too bland for me. I had one for 10 years. It was lovely, comfortable, safe. No karma. There was no karma there. There was nothing. We could have had nice little soulmate children. But that wasn't a conscious union. And I made that decision then. I want a conscious union, which means I need a conscious man. Okay? So then I moved on from him. But all the while, for about a month, I was thinking, this is my twin, I've met him. So you need to just be careful, because you're going to come into contact with so many soulmates from past lives. And if you do the meditation, if you have hypnosis, you can do self-hypnosis. I'm not saying that you have to pay someone like me. I'm saying you can do this yourself. I've done it. I've done a large part of it with one of my really good friends who's a hypnotherapist, but a lot of it I have done by myself as well, okay? So I'm not saying you have to pay anyone. I'm not trying to get business. I'm just trying to help you, okay? So you need to realise that you might keep meeting soulmates from past lives, karmic connections from past lives. What you want to do is learn the lesson, meditate, find out what's going on, move on as quickly as possible, okay? Because we're fast tracking to unions here. We need unions to happen. So we should not be dwelling on a false twin for years, okay? I did that. I am not saying I'm perfect. I did that, and it was a waste of time, okay? It was painful. It created more karma in my life. And what we're trying to do is, from past life healing, learn what that karma is, learn what the lesson is, cut the cords, cut the contracts, move on as quickly as possible, okay? And I can help you do that, okay? I'm going to start making these videos, and I'm going to start trying to explain to you how we can do this, okay? It's really important. So if you're drawn to past life healing, okay, it's important. So number 3, to do your past life work, you need to travel to places that you're drawn to, okay? I went to Cambodia on a whim. I knew that Angkor Wat was on ley lines. If you don't know about ley lines, please YouTube, Google. It's important, okay? You need to know about these energy places, because at certain grid points you will get activated. When I was in Cambodia, I got activated, and that's when I started to see other people's past lives too. And that's when I started doing my past life readings. I was activated, extreme downloads there. So places like the pyramids, places like the Mayan ruins, Stonehenge in the UK, Glastonbury in the UK. There's so many places. Very powerful energetic portals. Hawaii is a big one too for Lemuria, okay? So if you're getting guided to go to places, you need to go, okay? If you don't have the money, manifest it, ask for it, it'll come, because it came to me, okay? And you need to travel, you need to go to these places, even if it's just the next town down the road, it's 10 miles away. I've never been there, but there's a church there that looks familiar, and I think I should go in it. Go in the church, okay? Meditate, go in, meditate as much as you can, be in alignment as much as you can. You'll receive those memories. If you're drawn to past life healing, you are capable of seeing your own past lives, okay? So you must travel as much as you can. Go to the places you're drawn to going, okay? You'll get memories. Number 4, an instruction here, keep going. This could take a long time. I've been on this journey for a few years now. Past life healing and various other methods of healing, you know, and it can seem like a struggle. And many times I've thought, how many more past life soulmates and catalysts am I going to meet? How long is this going to go on? Just keep going. The more you keep going, and the more you start to understand the law of karma, and you learn your lessons, the more you can see it as kind of funny and like a game, okay? There's many times I've laughed at the things that have gone on. Sometimes it's horrible, sometimes traumatic, sometimes very painful. There's pain from these past lives. It's stored there, okay? And we're trying to cleanse it. We're trying to cut the cords to other souls. But the more you understand it, the more you can laugh at it. I always find it quite funny now, and every time I meet someone new or make a new friend, I'm like, what's going on here then? What's our agreement here? And it's fun. It's part of the journey, okay? Keep going. It could take years or it could not. We're all on different levels here, okay? But the faster you move on from a false twin flame, I'm telling you now, the better, okay? Number 5, really, really important. I'm going to stress it again. Please, just let people go. They might be family members. They might be the person who you thought was your twin flame originally. They might be soulmates. They might be your parents. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry to say this, but let them go. I've had family members that I thought I would never, ever let go of, and I've had to, okay? We're on the fast track of ascension. We need to be as clean, clear, pure as possible. We're here to do work. We're here to be the light. We're here to teach others. We're not here to carry on traumatic, karmic agreements with narcissistic soulmates. They are your soulmates. They are. Because we're here to teach each other lessons. But if your higher self is coming in and keeps showing you a repeating pattern, and this can be with a false twin, can be with a catalyst, can be with a soulmate, can be with your mum, your dad, anybody. If you keep getting this same pattern on loop, you need to find out what that's about, and you need to cut that off and move on, because your energy will keep staying low. You need to raise your energy as high as you possibly can, and you do this by letting people go. And I know it's horrible, but your higher self is trying to show you these patterns, and it's trying to show you who needs to be cut. The contracts need to be cut with this person. Look at this pattern, okay? If you're experiencing repeated pain, repeated confrontations with people, there's a lesson there. Please go back into your past lives, and you'll know what it is straight away. I had a cousin, very, very close relationship, almost more like siblings, okay? Very close, complete soulmates. Thought, oh my God, I'll never lose this person. But, we were having traumatic, troublesome conflicts and intense, triggering, horrible, horrific arguments. Totally not getting along at all, and I went back into a past life, and I found out what had gone on and what the karma was, and what we were trying to teach each other in this lifetime, and I managed to cut that. And you can do it, and it can take a very short amount of time, but you have to make that choice, okay? I know these sound like pretty hard lessons, and I know you probably don't want to hear them, but it's a part of it, and I am living proof that all of this stuff works, okay? If you're drawn to past life healing, please go ahead with it, please, because regression and any state of hypnosis can take you directly in touch with your higher self as well, and you can channel messages to yourself, which will then be integrated into you as well, so you'll learn a lot, maybe sometimes without even consciously knowing what's happened. So it's a very easy form of therapy. And also, when I've had traumatic past lives, I know a lot of people are scared of regression. I've had so many traumatic memories, okay? I've put a lot of them on my YouTube channel. You can listen to them. They're all on my channel. Once you feel that in the regression, and once you come to peace with it under hypnosis, and then it's gone forever. And that pattern that you have found keeps repeating is gone. It's totally gone, because your higher self integrates all the knowledge and cuts all the cords, and that's what I do. I incorporate cutting cords and contracts and a bit of energetic therapy into my hypnosis as well. Not everybody does that, but regardless, if you allow your higher self to do that for you, even if you practice self-hypnosis, it will happen, okay? And that's just a few reasons why past life work is so important on the twin flame journey. It's how I have learned to become sort of multidimensional too, and have different experiences on different planes. That's a whole nother story. So, I mean, you can contact me by all means, message me on Facebook. I've got a group on Facebook, Earthchild Tarot. I'm trying to get the past life lessons out as quickly as I can, because I do feel that unions are imminent. I always feel that unions are imminent. I think there's more unions going on than what we're led to believe. I think that a lot of people are actually, when they go in union, they're completely at peace and completely happy, so there's no need for them to be on Facebook or in any of the groups, because when they're around that negative energy, it's bringing them down, so they just cut it off. That's why they don't get involved in the groups and things like that. But I know so many twin flames in union, but they're not active on Facebook, and they're not teachers on YouTube. They're just, a lot of twin flames are normal people as well, not all up in the spiritual community. But anyway, the past life thing is my passion, so if you want to know anything, please comment on the link, anything you like, and no negativity, please. No negativity, okay? Because we're all about moving forward, and we're all about healing and getting there. You know, we want to get this planet to 5D. So yeah, I hope that helped. I'm sorry if some of the lessons there and some of the statements I made sound a bit harsh, but I needed to hear them. I started this journey in 2011, okay? And if I could have moved through it a lot faster instead of being resistant, it would have been a lot easier. So yeah, all the best to you. Love you all, and keep going.